You've got me laughing. Welcome to Kamen Con, the Kamen Rider conversation, where I'm joined with the guy making me laugh before we've even begun the podcast.
I'll do my best.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, how are you doing?
We are going to be doing an unboxing of a really cool, fun product. It is the S.I.C. Kuuga.
Yeah, somehow I've become Mr. Kamen Rider toy review guy.
My mother watches a lot of my social media, my dear loving mother, and she said that you were really fun to watch and listen to.
Okay.
You have the seal of approval from my mom.
I have one fan.
Yes. Let's hope your wife is the other.
I don't think she's seen the podcast yet. Maybe.
You got kids, so I understand your kids not being your fan because that's how kids are, right? One day they love you, one day they don't.
I forgot to show them your Gav toy when.
But not only are the tools, the toys amazing and fun, you've had two of them you had some difficulty with.
I know.
You're an engineer by trade. You set up the entire podcast station. You couldn't figure out the Gav mouth toy, the DX toy, and you couldn't figure out the CSG Titan sword either.
I think today I might be able to make this one do everything it's supposed to do out of the box.
Really? Why do you think that?
Because it just has to stand there.
Because it's an action figure, Jeff. Now, there is a base. There's a really cool base. I already kind of know what's in it. But
oh, no.
What's cool is not just... So this has not been unboxed for some time, even though it's mine, because I didn't know that much about it. I knew it looked kind of cool, and I knew what the S.I.C. things were, but it's being unboxed because I have you to help me unbox it, and my mom likes to watch you unbox things, it turns out, but also because I'm up to episode 37 out of 49 Kuuga episodes.
You're almost done.
I'm almost done, and I'm almost just kind of, because of I've slowed myself down because I don't want it to end. It's like one of those shows I love the character so much, I don't want it to end. So I've sort of purposely slowed myself down a little bit, but that also means you're loving the show that much. So I said that on the previous podcast, Kamen Rider Kuuga is my favorite Kamen Rider of all time.
So as someone that doesn't know Kamen Rider stuff as well, what is S.I.C.?
S.I.C., that says on the box there, is a long-running series of action figures by Bandai, but that changes what it is called in this particular case of the unboxing. So it was super-duper crazy imaginative Chogokin. So the C was Chogokin at one time, and now it's Coliseum. I grabbed it. So what's different? So what's S.I.C.? S.I.C. has been around for decades of making these things. Chogokin is a large series of... Here, I'll hand it. You'll be doing the unboxing. I'll hand it back to you there. Chogokin is a long series of premium action figures and toys. They have a few like weapons and things, and they make a lot of different Chogokin stuff. There used to be, and some lines of it are extremely collectible, go for giant money, hold their value and increase. It's not the reason people get them necessarily. Where the Coliseum was a new way, this particular one, because it's a Kamen Rider thing, the S.I.C., or I'm not sure why I even called it Coliseum, but this particular box is a melding of a very sophisticated action figure, but also with the sculptor attached and promoted, and you're supposed to enjoy learning about or celebrating the sculptor who made this thing.
Oh, so that's why it has the big book on the front of it.
The big book is to explain why this is so cool. Okay. Now, we will look in the book. I only briefly know what's in the thing because I just look at just some basic, accounting of it.
So is it like the most premium sort of action figures that Kamen Rider makes?
Yes, and what's interesting about that is this is not anime accurate. So this is not in a form that we currently have. Now, a lot of Kamen Rider people think maybe this form, it's a hint, that may appear in some future anniversary show, like the Zeo, we were building Zeo Bandai kit here today. So, but that's a stretch, and I don't think that's really true. I think what an almost certainty won't appear as a separate form because if you look at the box there, it says who the artist is.
Can I show the back?
Yeah, let me put it just on you, yeah. So Ryu Oyama-san, so he is that's why that X is there. So it's his version of Masked Rider Kuuga Mighty Form. Mighty Form is his base red form. You kind of maybe learn that from watching him build the Bandai kits. He doesn't have the extra gold on him or whatever, but you see he kind of almost looks more like Spawn. So Oyama-san is a well-known monster creature sculptor. And his story, I've looked his story up, sort of wikied him one time about, pretty interesting. He did and does a lot of the Monster Hunter monsters and creatures. And he's pretty prolific and become, sort of a, hey, now we actually care not just about the artists or about the people that make the movies, but now even the people that design the creatures and the critters. And so this is his style of a Kamen Rider interpretation.
It was like a Verka of Kamen Rider.
A little bit like a Gundam Verka in a way, yes. And they have his name promoted prominently there.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, this is from 2000 when the show came out. Ryuki also came out at the same time. They co-released two SIC Coliseum versions. So he and Ryuki came out. There's since been, of this Coliseum line, I think I don't know what the total history of it is, but there's 7 or 8 of them. There's a number of them. So this has been out for some years already.
You know what it reminds me of? Black Sun.
A little bit. It is a little Black Sun-like, especially, I think, Shadow Moon's... Well, no, I guess both of them transform. Have that
the little bit of... I don't know how to
extra
describe
gnarly
it.
bug look.
Yeah, a little bumpy...
almost bumpy, burned bug look.
Yeah, bumpy, burned bug look. I like that's an accurate description. Compared to the Kuuga's normally sort of smooth and
simplistic in a way.
Yeah.
Well, there's a stand. You can see a picture in the bottom right where he's standing on what was one of the big fights in the show that I've seen heretofore. We'll look at it. His name is like Bada Bada Bing Bang Banger. He's the grasshopper version. They have a great motorcycle fight. There's a base in there. We'll actually do the unboxing now so we can see it. But since we have you again on the podcast, Jeff, thanks again. We can have you shift over to the chair so we can do this. But Kuuga is my favorite Kamen Rider, and while this is an artist in person or an artist rendering of Kuuga, it's kind of like I'll eat up anything Kuuga at this point. And I
won't let Kiva hear you say that.
It's my
Kiva will not stand for this.
Kiva's my favorite Kamen Rider design, and I love the show too. But my favorite Kamen Rider show is Kuuga.
Kuuga, yeah.
A Kuuga, I don't know if they make an SIC for Kiva, but I'd rather own it. I mean, this one wasn't some gigantic seller either. I think it's because Kuuga's is that sort of sleek. It's like it almost is like weird to have made it this. It looks a little odd to me. Now I appreciate
match his art.
I appreciate his Oyama-san's design a lot. I understand why he's got so popular.
I'd watch a show based on this. I think given how we talked about Kuuga sort of has some more characters dying and sort of like more PG-13 plus sort of content. I like this design for him instead of the smooth.
For him to defeat them, he has to become like them. And then, and I know there's more to it. There's like a reveal under the end. Why did the belt meld with him? What's this iteration of Kuuga? But definitely, as he gets to his more final powerful forms, it's at what cost? Yeah. Does he get? Can he be seduced into like the evil, corrupt? Yes, corrupt is a better word. So I think this SIC is a really interesting corrupted look. What if Kuuga did fall to the temptations of the power?
Since I've been watching it with you, because I hang out with you a lot, the episode where he's going after the bad guy and he can't stop himself because he's so angry he can't stop himself.
I know that's coming because it was spoiled for me, but As I've been in the Kamen Rider for so long, the show's been out since the year 2000. I mean, that's how I sometimes feel about spoilers. It's 25 years ago. If you haven't heard, if you're into Kamen Rider, you're going to hear some. But
what's that about Dumbledore?
We have the Bandai, his final form in the regular show. He has a more powerful form that shows up in Decade. But his most powerful form, we have the Bandai kit. I've already built it. It's on display, so I already know what he's going to look like and stuff, right? That doesn't ruin the show for me. In fact, I'm as embedded and in love with these characters as any show I've seen in any genre, but including Kamen Rider. Anyway, let's move to the other chair, and we'll see inside this thing.
All right.
All right, Jeff, we've got you moved over. You were just, before we moved you to the chair, you were just saying how you like this look of the edgier, dark-looking guy, right?
Yeah, I like more interesting, grounded stories. So the whole Superman versus Batman. Batman's such a more interesting character, right? Because he's gritty and real, and he has to deal with emotional problems and psychopathic people, and he has problems we can more relate to because he's not a superhero. Now, the Kamen Rider obviously transforms, he's a superhero, but their stories tend to be more emotional and carry weight, and that's what I liked about Black Sun, at least for the first little bit of the show. So I like that design because it kind of reminds me of a little bit more what I think makes Kamen Rider better than maybe some other shows that are a little more. The main character's just super powerful and always good and never does the wrong thing. I don't want to watch a show about a Mary Sue. I want the guy to struggle a little bit with his decisions.
Yeah, we said we already know Kuuga's going to be struggling with the effects of this violence and protecting people. But this figure you naturally like the look of it. I kind of don't, because I like. Well, I'm with you that I don't necessarily want some completely pure soul that just never does anything wrong. But I'm just so used to seeing Kuuga in that, I don't know, almost like night, clean, just straightforward mode. It's a very clean design. Now, there's a base in here that I think I'm going to absolutely love, because we get very few of the bad guys. And even though this is him stomping his foot on it on a base down, I think it's just, at least, let's open it, because I think this is what I'm going to, I think I'm going to love the base, is my take on this.
There you go.
I don't know. It looks cooler without the wrapper reflecting off of it.
Yeah. Well, it's so this art we didn't see before. This was covered by the book.
Oh, okay. That's why.
You were seeing
that's
the back.
Why. So we hadn't seen that. That's right.
We haven't. That was new art.
You want to look at the book first, or what are you going to do? You're the professional toy opener.
Professional toy opener. I don't remember applying for this job, but yeah, sure. So book has.
Welcome to Superior Imaginative Coliseum. I'd seen some of these images already. So Forze is one of the S.I.C. So obviously these just showing off the other.
They're trying to sell you more.
But does it say? Wait, does it show who the artist is that did that one? It's obviously not Oyama, because he's not even evil looking.
Right there. I'm sure in one of those Japanese.
All in Japanese. Yeah.
Might show. You can read Japanese, right?
Well, I am sure that this whole line was meant to reinforce who the creators are.
I'm sure it's on there somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
I'd have to get my phone out.
Keep an eye out for anything that looks like a design. Now we could Google it, of course.
Look at that.
That's the Ryuki one, right? Now, I know that got released at the same time this one did, but maybe they all did. I don't quite understand the Coliseum history.
When are you going to get us this one?
Yeah, see, I'm not sure.
You buy the toys, I get to open them. This is the best relationship.
I'm not sure about Kuuga being this kind of mean and Spawn looking, where the Ryuki just looks like a super souped up version.
Well, you need to get the Ryuki then. Yeah, he looks very different because the other ones look a little more close to their originals.
Maybe because I like pretty things, and if he went to the dark side, this would make sense. But
I like him.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how
I'm sure this is talking about them designing it. You can see some of the prototypes.
Well, that's
there on that table.
One's Oyama-san. I think I can see. I recognize his face. I think there. Yeah, I'm almost certain that's him in the middle and the back. But anyway, let's keep flipping real quick just so we can do a little,
Oh, whoa.
We got to pull out. It looks like. Oh, is that all the different
SICs? They have this many?
Yeah. So there is a history of SIC, but that wasn't Coliseum. I think that's the history of the Chogokin ones.
Okay.
How many more the pages? I'll take a look at it while you're doing the unboxing. So let me have the book, Jeff, and you can do I'll open the box.
Someone a little more knowledgeable about Kamen Rider, not the guy that's just here to use the hobby knife.
You can buy me one.
We're going to unbox the...
There we go.
How exciting.
All right. So the other thing about the premium Bandai stuff is just it's packaged so nicely. I mean,
you just get to see the toy right away. They're just like, all right, there you go.
Where it ships from won't matter. Nothing's going to be broken. I mean, this isn't the only product that does this, but it's always amazing to me.
There's a whole
incredible. Is there anything in there besides just the plastic? Is there anything fancy inside the box?
There's another booklet.
Ooh, okay.
We've got.
I love the first booklet. I'm digging my booklet for sure.
I don't think you're going to find this booklet as exciting.
Really? Is it instructional?
It's how to put it together.
Okay.
It's in Japanese. I don't know if I can figure it out.
Well, you did get defeated by the Gav mouth.
So there you go. There's for your top-down view.
Oh, yeah.
So we got stand. We've got the figure and what looks like some different hand options. I don't know which character that is.
I had to come bring you the stomach that defeated you.
That's the wrong show, Musashi. Even I know that.
Yeah, that's the. I had to bring you the stomach. The stomach that defeated you.
Set that over there. Which character did you say this is? He stands on.
That is, yeah, you see, Romas can't see because the glare. Let's put it back, the camera back on you, Jeff. So that is, I don't know, I think about episode 28. His name is Ba Bada Bing Bang or something like that. It's something like that. It's like he's the grasshopper dude, and his motorcycle transforms into this really evil-looking motorcycle that looks like one of the S.I.C. motorcycles if I just glanced at it.
You know what it looks like? Is the original Kamen Rider. He's got the red scarf.
Well, that's the point. I mean, he's the so the different ones in Kuuga, you know, there's like one that's a porcupine. They're not just insects, but the one that's one of like the mini bosses for him is this guy, and it's an amazing fight. The motorcycle work is the best in Kamen Rider. The motorcycle that goes on fight between these two guys, amazing. So it's not
that the fight I watched where the bikes like come at each other.
Yeah. Well, they go at each other a lot, but there's one the final battle between them is stupid cool. I don't know if you saw that. Ooh, it's so cool looking, man. Oh, there's a pretty good shot of it there, yeah.
Too many boxes.
Don't drop my bada bada bing bang, dude. Yeah, I mean it's fairly large. I mean it's good 8 inches tall. Yeah. Now there's the base and it has the Ryo Oyama's name on it, and there's some clips, and I don't know if that's to secure the bada bada bing dude down to the base or something. Read the instructions, Jeff.
Pedestal joint.
I would buy the Ryuki or the Bada Bada Bing's motorcycle quickly.
Bada Bada Bing. That's just his name now, huh?
Well, okay, let me look up what his while you're building that, I'll look up the dude's name. Kamen Rider Kuuga.
Do you want to see Kuuga with teeth?
Bada Bing. Got teeth. Whatever floats your boat with the mouth.
I'm going to give him super creepy teeth.
All right. His name is... Here, I found him.
Does it even have a B in it?
All right, there you go, Jeff. I found it. His name is Go Bada Ba. Oh, you're gonna put Anastasia's pillow in the secondary slot.
Well, you wanted somebody to talk to there, clearly.
All right. I switched camera views, and he put Anastasia's pillow in there. I could just show you just the screen. So there is Go Bada Ba. His name is Go Bada Ba. And that's his look here. This also shows his vehicles. So this is the guy that's in the base. It's a wonderful fight. He's actually in the show for a while, so there's a big build up to him. One of the best bad guy suits ever. Just love it. So that's why I was excited for the base, because it is a great fight. He's got just a wonderful motorcycle. Look, I looked up his motorcycle too.
Oh, nice.
It's Bagabuson. So he's got a name for this thing. No, his motorcycle's amazing looking.
Who's naming this stuff?
Bada. What's this guy's name again? I forgot. Bada Bada Bang. Well, I'm so used to calling him that. I don't know what to call him now. Let me back up. Where's Bada Bada Boom? What's his name?
The Kamen Rider fans are losing their mind.
Oh wait, here we go. Go Bada Ba. Like, I can't remember all these guys' names. He's the grasshopper dude. No, he's
grasshopper man. Okay.
He's part of the Grongi. Because he's a little ugly, or I mean the mouth.
All right, here we go. All right. See him?
It's focused.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's weird, man. Yeah, he's really like evil, dude. Is this what?
Look at his hands.
Is this what happens to Kamen Rider Kuuga when he goes evil? No, it's here. Here you go. That mouth is freaky, freaky, freaky.
It's so bizarre, and I love it. I actually really like the figure.
Dude, I don't know. This might have to grow on me, because it's just... I love Kuuga, and I know he could turn to the dark side or whatever, but...
Oh, this is full on. You murdered children. I'm taking you out. You remember my favorite moment in Black Sun is when he is fighting. His first time he does the real henshin, and he's fighting that dude that, he did something to the girl that he didn't like, turned her into a demon basically, and he comes out and he's not just like, "Hey, we're gonna fight." He's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and I just loved it. I loved it.
I'm in for Kamen Rider for the feel goods. You're in for the Kamen Rider for the death count in Kuuga, which is significant.
It makes for a better show.
All right, so how does the base What secures the thing down? What secures bada bing?
Here, I gotta turn this so that I can see.
What's his name again?
Because I'm putting it on backwards.
Go bada ba. Go bada ba, not bada bing. Oh, is there a place for his foot?
Yep. There we go. Kuuga.
Oh! I've already broke it.
Well, you can't touch it.
Well, he doesn't stand there very well.
There's a place for there. There's a place for his feet, but yeah, it's not locked into place.
Don't touch him.
Just don't mess with
It's
him.
interesting the base interferes with that.
Looks really good.
All right. Let's see the back. Can you see the back side of it? Can you move your arms and can you see the back? Is there anything interesting back there?
Not particularly.
Not really. Oh, it's got the weird little joint, like action pose joint knees there. I like Kuuga, so that's kind of how I wound up with this, but I was afraid I was going to think he's kind of like Spawn, burned, evil, ugly. And also, the thumbs up is just wrong.
Look at his mouth.
It's wrong.
I did put the creepiest mouth on him.
But it's almost like it's like evil fighting with evil. I don't know.
Sometimes it takes evil to combat evil, Musashi.
I guess that's what they're trying to say. All right. Back to the other chair you go. Okay, Jeff, we have you back into the chair of honor. So this is an action figure. I think I'd have been happier. Now I get the whole line does this, so you can put it in poses and stuff. Like with Ryuki, with the dragon, and you'd want to really like the action, like the models. It'd be fun to get it at different poses. But because his base is so nice, in this particular case, him being able to move doesn't do me any good because I'm always going to leave bada bada bing dude there, right? But I mean, it has a lot of articulation. But who cares when, for this case, it's a static display.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, I'd rather almost this would have been a one-piece sculpted thing. Now I get it. That's not, these are action figures. Mm-hmm. These are not static stuff.
Creepy hands, the longer fingers, and then that one has a thumbs up, and it pairs with another semi-creepy hand for the left-hand side. That's what we have on him.
I just don't want to touch the thing. Here, you only want to...
So a couple of different hand options. I mean, yeah, you're probably going to pose it on the thing in the way that it shows on the box, but you can kind of pick out the different hands you want and maybe exactly how you want him bending or posing to stand over the...
No, I like Oyama-san's work a lot. I mean, I not only admire it, you can see why he's so prolific in the industry. My problem with it isn't that it's a really unique, different design that gives us a different look and feel. And if Kuuga were to go bad... the more I think about it, they had to have picked Oyama specifically for this, because of that if Kuuga went too far, this is what would happen to him. And they purposely, no doubt, chose Oyama-san as the person to execute that. I guess you could say it's a very big compliment to they pulled it off because it's creeping me out, dude. Like, since I like Kuuga so much and I love the Steel story, despite his danger of falling into darkness because of the lengths he has to go to protect everybody, I like Tales of Redemption, and I don't want to see a fallen angel version of Kuuga in a model or in the show. And if he did, buddy, he better come out the other side of it not looking like that. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to go that. I like that Kamen Rider and Kuuga don't get that dark.
Evil Spock. He's the mirror Kuuga.
But don't you think that is a successful outcome for them? Is it making me feel that way? Then that means it's just doing its job.
It's a little controversial art piece. I like it. I think it's a cool take on Kuuga. I think that you have the figure art or figure rise, or I'm not good with the series. The other kits that you've been building. I mean, they look like the show.
Yeah.
And now we have something that's a little different. I mean, if it looked the same as the other kits, why wouldn't you just get the other kits?
Well, because like with the Ryuki one as an example, it's sort of like an extra metallic, little bit more dynamically, less comic book looking one, right? Like more like right out of like a CGI dragon, like knights, and I don't know. I'm not saying I do like the look of it, the Ryuki one, only because I think it's just this makes perfect thematic sense for what might happen in the show if he were to go too far. Makes perfect thematic sense. I don't know. I'm not okay with Evil Kuuga.
I really like this.
I want to own, and I would own and collect. If money were no object, I would own and collect these S.I.C things for the previous ones as well as the Coliseum ones. I admire the workmanship. I admire the extras they give you. Admire the packaging. I love having the book. Just my first one I've owned is Bada Bada Bing.
Yeah.
What's
First one you've owned is a little too different to expectations.
Go Bada Bods. Bada Bada Bing. I had to look over it. I had to cheat. Look at the...
Yeah, even the stand, it looks really cool.
The stand is the best part for me because it also, any kind of diorama tells a story kind of. Maybe that's why when I saw the Ryuki one, because you've got the dragon art thing, you got the dragon giving it sort of context and a 3D effect. Here, with him in the stand... I don't know. I still want good Kuuga standing on top of him. That'd have been cool too, man.
It's such an interesting art piece when you think about this, right? Because this is the guy that almost took him too far, and he's thumbs upping, almost sort of turning evil. It's interesting.
There's some Freudian nonsense going on in this.
It's super interesting.
Right.
I think it's just such a cool take on the character. Yeah, he fell. He punched the guy, and he went full on bad mode.
Well, I'm a grown man that loves a kid show, and I keep telling people that, especially Kuuga with the death count, it's rated 13 plus on Amazon Prime Movies where you can watch it. But I love Shin Master Rider. That's not a kid show.
I like Shin Master Rider.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like, especially as a grown man, I love consuming Gav and these really colorful middle school boy Power Rangers this type of stuff, but. You think I'd really like a more adult, scary version of this, but I think because I just love the innocence in the characters in the Kuuga show that I desperately don't want them falling this far.
Yeah, maybe it's because you're coming at it having watched the show. I've watched a little bit of it.
Yeah,
it's I'm not as tied to the character.
Yeah, I'm right at that point at 36 episodes where it's starting, and I don't think that I know the show doesn't turn into that, but
no.
I don't think it gets so dark that I'm going to be disturbed. Although, like any good story, if I really want to care, they probably should have him fall a little bit.
He has a redemption arc. It still could end really well, and you'd be like, "Oh, this is what happened if it went the other way."
You joked about it giving me nightmares with the mouth. It might. Not the mouth per se, because the mouth is creepy. It's just Kuuga being this, dark and evil. Is I don't know, maybe you found out one of your own kids was a giant mass murderer and you're just not okay with that?
The thumbs up is what gets me.
Not that I'm saying
I love that they included that.
Yeah, because that is the creepiest part of the whole thing.
It really is. Like if he was just, monster hands out, which you can do, it has the hands in there for
I kill children too.
Yeah, then it's okay. Well, he's creepy, but retaining his identity with the thumbs up, I think that makes it even creepier.
I don't know, Jeff. I just don't know, man.
I like it.
Want to buy it? Can I sell this to you? I should keep it from the sheer laugh factor of it creeps me out, I guess.
It'll make you consider your actions.
I want to collect S.I.Cs, and here I am trying to sell the first one to you to get rid of this monstrosity. Take this abomination off my hands. I'll sell it to you cheap.
When you're looking in the book, is there a Kiva one?
I think it probably is, but what can I trade for? It's pretty. See. That's
pretty faithful.
It's pretty faithful. It's a little darker. Maybe because he's already dark. Maybe that's why the Ryuki is so creepy, because the Ryuki is so knight in shining armor, pure guy.
He's so different to his regular form compared to.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah.
So you're right. Oyama applied to an arty evil thing isn't as dramatic. It's artistic. See, I like Bada Bada Bing. I like his original suit. I will say. As much as I really like the original one in the show, I will say, though, I think that's even better. I do like that better.
I do.
Because I'm not disturbed because I don't love the guy. He's a bad guy.
He's supposed to be bad.
You love to hate him, if anything.
And that guy's a little more...
It's just, that's wrong, man. Look what you did to my boy.
No, Kuuga.
It's like taking the main girl that's in Kuuga and making her evil version. Okay, that actually might work for me. But that aside... I don't know. Give me your last, Jeff. Give me your last impression, overall review. You've heard mine. It's creeping me out.
I like the art style. I like it's really well posable. Comes with the stuff you'd expect it to have. The stand's awesome. It's a good thing.
Stand's awesome. I love the book. I look forward to collecting more of these things.
That'll make a good display.
And the next toy we'll be unboxing, hopefully you don't break.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm going to purposely pick something that may cause you to break it.
Does the next one need batteries? That seems to defeat me.
Is that the level of tech you can handle? There were no batteries in this one, Jeff. This was mostly a booklet. Yeah, okay. I'll read my book while you play with your DX toy.
Yep.
All right. Goodbye, Jeff.
See ya.
Goodbye.